Hey you guys, so today I just wanted to do a really quick update on how I'm doing with my contacts and let you guys know how they feel once you've been wearing them for a little while. So I go through, let's see, maybe 8-hour days with these in. I'm not sure, I can't remember how long the recommended time is. I read the whole pamphlet and everything, but I wasn't sure how long the recommended time was, and I've just kind of been wearing them. I haven't had any problems that have been scary or anything, but I do want to tell you a few of the downsides to the contacts as well as a few of the benefits to the contacts, because I know a lot of people review them and they tell you briefly the downside, but they don't really go into depth with the downside of the contacts. There's not very many because they're very good contacts. However, you do need to know a few things about them before you purchase them. And I don't think you will be getting this information in necessarily every video. So I just wanted to tell you guys really quickly how I was doing with them and some of the downsides and some of the perks of the contacts. So without further ado, I'm going to give you a little bit of a close-up of the contacts right now. Just get a little bit close to the camera so you can see them, and then we're going to jump into the rest. So, in case you haven't seen my other videos, these are the contacts. Up close. Okay, so here we go. Let's start with the good. So we'll go with the pros of the contacts. They're very pigmented. The contacts that I got were true to color. I was happy with that. I hear a lot about the opacity changing. However, thank God they haven't been changing so much. I mean, the videos are pretty much up to date, so you can pretty much see all the new opacities and decide what you want or what you don't want. I have heard somebody say that one of the downsides is the changing opacities, and I do believe that could be a downside if you had seen an older video and you're like, ooh, I really like the Hydrocore Quartzo or the Hydrocore Crystal, and you see them now and they're not the same as they used to be. So I just really wanted to make sure that you knew that, and I also wanted to make sure that you know that there is like what was I gonna say? It's a good thing, but let me just think for a minute. Oh, they're comfortable for first-time users. So I thought at first they were gonna be they weren't going to be user-friendly for first-time users, because a lot of the people who had reviewed them had been through multiple different companies, multiple different lenses, and they've been wearing them for a really long time. So I didn't think that they would be maybe suitable for me, and I was getting a little nervous around the time they were supposed to be arriving, but it wasn't a problem. It wasn't an issue. They're pretty comfortable, and those are going to be the good things. I'm not going to go too into depth into the good things because you can see that on pretty much any video, but I want to tell you the downsides to the contacts. So the downside to the contacts is, for one, when I first put them in, and even this morning when I put them in, the very first time, and all the way up until this morning when I put them in, I still get blurriness around the pupil. Now, I know that could be due to being indoors or outdoors or the lighting and changing, because they have gotten better throughout the day. I have to say that they've gotten better throughout the day, but when you put them in, it's kind of off-putting that your vision is semi-blurry, and what I mean by that is you can see the outer hazing of the contacts around your pupils. So like I said, that could be just due to lighting, but that's something that you have to be aware of when you buy these contacts. So there is some hazing, and I feel like it would be more hazing around the more pigmented colors. Like, I don't feel like it'd be as noticeable with the Cristal or the Quartzo or the really, really light colors. And even though this is like a green color, it's kind of muted and dark. So it's not very like, it's not very light. So you can see the green or the yellow, because it comes across as yellow, so that when you put the yellow over the brown eye, it morphs into green. And that's kind of the trick behind all these lenses, as they're different colors mixed with a brown eye to create this color. So that's what it is, and you can kind of see that, and that's very irritating at times, especially because I'm a student and I'm looking at the board in the classroom, and it's hard to focus on the board and what he's saying when you have these in your eyes and they're kind of blurry. So keep that in mind, especially if you do a lot of work that requires you to be sitting at a computer looking at bright things like whiteboards and screens and all that stuff, and small writing on boards. Just be aware of that. Also, what you need to be aware of when you purchase these is, I don't know if it's just me or because I'm a first-time user, but I have been experiencing mild eye aches and headaches associated with these. At first I thought it's because of just me, but it's not. It's the contacts, because I woke up without a headache, put the contacts in, and I had a headache afterwards. And it's not a horrible headache, but it's noticeable in this area, and it's because of the contacts. So just know that. And what else do I want to tell you about the contacts? And I also want you to know one thing about the contacts is you don't have to be afraid to pick them up. I've picked them up with my nails, and as you can see, they're square, so they have like sharp edges. I pick them out of my eyes with the edges, and I pick them up with the edges. So they are not that breakable as I thought they would be. I thought they would be so like scary to hold and touch and flimsy and flippable, but they're not. They're really actually sturdy. So that was actually a pro. So there's another pro. Just remember that. So don't be afraid to touch them and move them. They're not that fragile, and I thought they would be, but they're really not. So don't worry about that. And other than that, that's pretty much it. But I really do want to caution you that these can cause headaches, and they can cause blurry vision, and they're hard. Oh, that's the other thing I want to tell you. In sunlight, they can make your eyes extra sensitive to sunlight. So beware of that. It's kind of overwhelming, and I have to cover my eyes, which I never have to do even on sunny days with my regular eyes. I don't have to go like this, but I do have to cover and block the sun out of these contacts because they're hard to deal with in the sunlight. So remember that, and that is pretty much it for this video. And I hope that you like, comment, and subscribe down below. Let me know if these things that I'm saying are true, if you've experienced the same things, so that you can help somebody else out who is about to spend $100 on contacts. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll be doing another video soon all about these nails that I have on right now, all the supplies that I use for them, and I'll just be doing like a mini haul for you guys. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was informative, and I hope it helped you make a decision if you haven't already. So thank you guys so much for watching. Bye bye.